Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well. I know I had a great, past week, so I'm looking forward to this upcoming week. I ended the week off well doing this video, so I just want to start the week off well. And I'm going to start that off by doing a video that I've been looking forward to doing ever since I started these. And that's because someone finally requested me to do a video on teenage relationships. And I have so much to say about this one, but I'm going to try to keep it, as short as I can. I know we all have stuff to do. Um, but this is probably my favorite one just because I've had so much experience with this. Not as much as I've had with friendships, but definitely enough to, talk for 5 minutes about it. So, first, I just want to say, give my personal experience because I know we all have them. I was 13 when I think that I got into my first quote unquote relationship, and trust me, it wasn't even a relationship. I just liked this guy a lot, and he sometimes liked me, he sometimes didn't, and like told myself, like I convinced myself that I was in love with him, and I mean I don't know if I was because I don't really think about it that much, but I know that now that I look back at it, I just know that that wasn't love. It wasn't a good relationship. And the thing is that when I was 13, that's all I ever wanted, just that situation. I wanted, I would do pretty much anything for him, and that's what I thought love was. And I was, even willing to break, my parents' rules and, do things that they specifically asked me not to do. But I didn't care because, I thought, I'm in love, like my parents don't understand. And in reality, everything that they were saying was so true. Um, I'm 17 now, and I haven't really been in that position. I've liked guys, here and there, and I've still never been in a relationship. I'm 17. I've never been in a relationship before. I've never been out on a date, and even though sometimes, like when I was 13, all my friends had boyfriends and they were able to go out on dates, and I wasn't. And now I'm allowed to do that, but I don't do that. Um, I'm very happy with where I am, and I think the reason is because one, I learned a lot from that situation, and I learned that um, relationships aren't a joke, and love isn't a joke. And, you've seen things on television and they convince you that this is love, and that's not what it is. Love is so much more than just a physical attraction or just, being willing to do whatever for that person. I still don't know what love is, truthfully, and, to be completely honest, but I do know that when I grow up, or, I am growing up right now, I do know that my ideal relationship is honestly just being committed to someone and having my life together and them having their lives together. And I think that, I've decided that dating, really isn't my thing. I think I'd just rather grow up and, find that one person and then get married and then have a family with. But part of that is because I have so many friends who are dating right now, and I just see that it doesn't end up well. They're in love one minute, and then the next minute, the person that they were with will just completely just start mistreating them and will drop them like they were nothing. It's so hard, I think, as a friend to see my friends go through that just because I've kind of been in that position, but also we are getting older now. So, as I'm 17 and I'm a senior in high school, and, I see that my friends and I, like, our parents are giving us so much more, leniency. It's kind of hard because you have to grow up and you have to realize that one minute someone can say that they love you and then the next minute they start, mistreating you. And I think when, you're young or when you're a teenager, all you think of is the happy part. But there's also, a serious part to it. It's one thing to go out and date. I don't, you know, think there's really necessarily anything wrong with that. But don't make it your priority. There's so many things that us as teenagers can do. Like, we're so powerful, but we don't understand it. When you're 7 years old and you have dreams to be a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or a basketball player or a singer or a dancer or a model or whatever, an actress, whatever you want to be, you're not thinking about having a boyfriend or having a girlfriend or even a wife and a husband. You're just thinking about accomplishing that dream, and you convince yourself when you're 7 years old that you can do it. Now it's 10 years later, you're 17, and because you're in a relationship, that dream, like, you completely forgot about it. And now it's like, oh, well, I see that that's not going to happen. And it's because you kind of got, you kind of sidetracked a little bit. I think it's normal for people to have dreams and to grow up and to just realize, this isn't really what you want to do. But I think if you genuinely, I'm 17 years old, and I kind of wish that I would have known at the age of 13 what I'm telling you guys now. If you're, 13 years old and you want a boyfriend, you want a girlfriend, take whatever your gift is and just fall in love with that. Make that your relationship. Be committed to that, because as you get older, there's just so much more responsibility that you have to do. There's so many more things that are expected of you. You're not going to have time to sit there, and one day you're just going to look back and you're going to wish that you would have at least tried a little harder to make your dreams come true. You're going to see someone that you look up to, a singer or a basketball player or a baseball player or someone, and you're going to wish that, you know, while they were alone, while they didn't have a boyfriend, while they didn't, go out on dates on Saturday nights, they were using that time to better themselves, and they made themselves, you know, I guess, quote unquote, famous, or, they made themselves like so much better than where they were. And now all these people look up to them. That doesn't come from dating. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being in a relationship, but I'm saying the longer, that you focus on that stuff, the more you start to fade away from the dreams that God put in your heart. And speaking of him, I found this uh, Bible scripture. It's Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10 through 11, and it says, "A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value." And to me, that means so much, because it doesn't say a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it says a wife or a husband. And as a teenager, we're not thinking about getting married, we're not thinking about that commitment. Just focus on that stuff when you get older, because love isn't, it shouldn't be vain. And I think, if you're young and if you want to be in a relationship, like I said, fall in love with something that, you're passionate about, something that you're good at, and then better yourself so that, all those things, it's going to come naturally to you. Relationships are going to come naturally. You're going to get older and you're going to meet, more people. But I don't think you should force it. Um, just it's not fun. There's so many things that come with love, so many other things, and I don't even know what they are, but I can just see it from the things that my friends have been through, and I'm sure some of you guys can say the same thing. So this was probably my favorite video to talk about. I didn't really run out of anything to say. I have so much more to say, but I'll save that for another video. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'm, looking forward to this week, and October is the start of all the fun festivities. First Halloween and Thanksgiving, then Christmas. So I hope that you guys really just use your time and, wisely, and just remember to do as much as you can to better yourself and never give up on your dreams. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and comment below for ideas on the next week's videos. Bye!